DJ. Turn that music up, yes, turn it up louder. Never make it stop, take the message to the border. This is how we do it, cause we talk the truth to power. Walking in the spirit, walking in the water. Happy that we blessed. Full 100, walking in forgiveness. Full 100, healing from disease. Full 100, totally redeemed. Full 100, strength of the youth. Full 100, friendly with the truth. Full 100, free from affection. Full 100, are we on a mission? Full 100.
Yeah. Hello, my people. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. God, welcome to Mike at Night. How are you all doing this evening? This wonderful day after Republic evening. Yeah. That's a holiday in Trinidad and Tobago yesterday, and I hope that you all made good use of the time. We had in our family a wonderful family time. I enjoyed it tremendously, and we had some church time too. Where we had a talent night at church and so on. So we had the best out of two worlds. Let me say hello to all of you all now who have joined us, and if you've joined us, please feel free to let us know that you're on. Edwin Tulsi, hey boy, we have you on almost every week. So glad to see your consistency. My good friend Joy, nice to have you back on after a small hiatus. My boy Hodge, yep, Kenneth Hodge, thank you very much, chef himself. Pleasant good evening to you. Aaron Trevon, good evening, nice having you on, and all those who will be joining us. Please make yourself at home. Rock and come in, my people. We want to finish up the program from last week, how to make up after the breakup. I think that sometimes we make so many mistakes when we are trying to make up that we repeat some of the issues that we had in previous, before the relationship broke up. And it's hard to get people to stop it and take a new course, because most people think that the course that they are on, the way they speak to their spouse, the way they treat their spouse, wasn't so bad, because they are focusing so much on what the spouse did and how the spouse behaved and their attitude, but we are not looking at self. What we want to do is to encourage people, start looking at yourself, start looking at yourself, for heaven's sake. Your spouse cannot be that bad without you being part of the badness. You are also a contributor. Most times a relationship goes into crisis, my dear people. It is because both people contributed to it. One did the commission of the act that caused the breakup, and the other one may have done the omission of the act that could have prevented it. You understand me? So when we stop looking at the other person and start looking inwardly, healing begins. Alright? We usually like to tell people, if you do need help to meander through these things, the telephone number is on above there. Watch it there. Yeah. WhatsApp 868. Which side it is? 868-488. 868-480-0080. That's it. 868-480-0080. This is Mike at Night. If you do need help, private confidential counseling, check me. Check I. Alright, or even if you don't want to check me, check somebody else. Get some help, for heaven's sake. Get some help. Alright, so I want to share a few things as we wait for people to join us on the live. I want to encourage you. I have some books that are out, new release by the way, now hitting the market. This is your chance to go on Amazon. You can get paperback or you can get the Kindle. And I want you to subscribe and support. You know, this program, we don't really charge for this program. We don't have advertisers and so on. But your contribution and your support in the purchase of books would go a long way to be able to do that. What I've tried to do is to put some of my knowledge down on paper, and hopefully you will gain from it. Alright, so as I said, they're recently out on Kindle and paperback. They're on Amazon. You could just go there, download it on your phone, because your phone could carry the Kindle, or you could buy a Kindle, or if you have a Kindle, and you could read some of the books without even having to purchase it, the hard copy, online. But of course, you may want to keep a copy for yourself, or as you have so many days coming up within the next couple of weeks, months, you may want to give it as a gift. Somebody may be getting married, might have a birthday coming up and so on. Some of you celebrate Christmas. Hey, fine, if you want to celebrate Christmas, give them a book. Yep, that's it. Alright, so what you do, I'm going to give you the books. This one is From Courtship to Marriage, a step-by-step GPS guide. So when you're going to Amazon, you put in that book name, From Courtship to Marriage. Take out a picture out of it so that you will not forget it. A step-by-step GPS guide by Michael Stewart. Once you put in that, you will be able to find it. What this book tries to do is walk you through from the time you meet somebody that you're interested in, the steps that you should take, the processes that you should go through by the time you get to marriage. And I even gave some recommended timelines. You see this 3 months, where I hear people start to live with each other in 8 months. Of course, that is destined to break up. Now, somebody may say, but mine didn't break up. We moved in with each other in 2 months' time. Trust me, not everybody will get the same results. So hats off to you. But generally, relationship should not be entered into rashly or haphazardly. So from courtship to marriage, that's one of the books that on the market now, just out on Amazon. There's also another book that I want to promote on that newly out, Mastering Emotions. You know, one of the things that gets out of hand is our emotions. We fluctuate so much. And this book is more written in a sort of light-hearted story type of theme, without having the heavy metal as how we had the book on courtship, giving you points and telling you these are the things that you need to go along. If you suffer from your emotions, you should get that book. It helps you to understand and manage and live with emotional wisdom. A lot of people could do well with that. So I also have another book. This book is The Argument for Baptism and the One True Church. This one is, trust me, I'm sure it is going to be controversial. But The Argument for Baptism and the One True Church. But if you really want to understand it, go there and see it yourself. Go there and appreciate it, what you have there. Believing right and practicing right. That is important. Yes, leave mine here, please. Thank you very much. The Argument for Baptism and the One True Church. You need to get that. It is both in paperback. These books that I'm giving you are both in paperback and in Kindle on Amazon. Alright? So this one is only in Kindle. This one is How to Live a Balanced Life. How to live a balanced life. And this one also is in that story type speaking, because a lot of people that their life is not balanced. They either work too hard and don't play too much, or put too much emphasis into trying to make a dollar and they leave their family undone. So some people lime too much and their bills can't be paid because they're not trying to be gainfully employed. Right. Life in Balance is a book for you. And there are some people who need a daily devotion. I put together 1 year, 1 day at a time. Right? 1 year, 1 day at a time, which is a devotional. This that is on there. Right. And this gives you 365 days that you'll have a word from God to be able to help you through your rough days. Alright? So that's 6 books that we just named out there for you that you can have. Go to Amazon Kindle. Leave also a comment on it now, so that we could be able to get some traction. Yeah, is that alright? I'm sure that's going to be alright for many of you all. Alright, so forget the typo on that. The original doesn't have that. Okay. Alright, my people. Where are you all? Let me see if who else we've got joining us so far. Good evening, Lawrence. Nice having you. You're coming slightly late, but you're doing better. Pamela Martin, good evening to you. Good to have you. Joanne, Frida, Leaks, thank you very much. Wendy Ann Norton, thank you. Good to have you. You have not been here for a long time, Wendy Ann. You are so absolutely right. Siobhan Joseph, nice having you too. Alright. So let's go now to the topic of the makeup after the breakup. I think it is necessary for me to do a recap for those who were not here, because I think this is so crucial for us to understand as to how we operate in relationships. Everybody would have experienced some broken relationship at some point in time. That's just life. Don't get so enamored by yourself and your relationship and your spouse that you think that you are not going to be in crisis. Every 7 years, most relationships go into crisis, because every 7 years it is said your entire body changes, your entire thinking changes, the entire way of your outlook on life begins to change. So therefore, as you change, your spouse may not be changing as quickly, or your spouse is changing and you're not changing as quickly, and it is going to cause some ruffled feathers. So breakup takes place. Don't get perturbed when a relationship breaks up. People go into crisis as though they're going to dead, and as though life comes to an end and so on. People break up every day. You understand? It is what you do to make up that is going to determine if your relationship will survive the vicissitudes of life. Trust me on that. So, one of the things we said last week is this: stop rushing back into the relationship. You're out, stay out a little while, breeze yourself out, catch yourself, yeah, and try to find yourself. The situation in there was turbulent enough for either the person to leave or for you to have left the person. So use that time to find out what went wrong. People rush into relationship and recognize that this relationship isn't the one that works for me. And then here's what some people do. They rush back out. And they rush back out prematurely, because with some adjustment they might have been able to make the relationship work. So jumping in and out and this revolving door of relationship and so on cannot work. There are some people that pass through 20-something, 30-something relationships. Does that make sense? Life is too short to do the same thing twice. Settle down. Cool yourself. So, jumping back into the relationship after a breakup without even addressing the hurt, without dealing with the resentment that would have caused you to leave, or the personal issues and so on, or whatever it is caused the split. Did you sit down and work it out now? Yeah, we talk about it. What did you all come to? We didn't come to no conclusion, but I miss him. I miss her. You are going to be walking out back just now. Sit down, work your business out. Find out whether there's going to be any change, or if you're going back into the same relationship the same way. And for those who do the other side of it, that they don't rush back into the relationship, but while they're out, they rush into another relationship to medicate their emotional pain that they are going through from having left this relationship. And being medicated here, they're technically using this other person. That is really creating another hurt for this person, because when this one comes back that you just left, guess what happens? You're going to leave this person and that person is in pain now. You all get me? Am I making sense, my people? So here's what we said people should do. Take time to heal. Sit down, reflect as to what went wrong. Do your personal development. Talk about reconciliation, yes, but through a clear mind and not out of desperation. You all get me? I hope you all have. Ashlyn John, good evening. Nice having you. Yes, Joanne Benjamin. Good. Candice Alexander, good evening. Alright. So, that was one of the first things that we spoke about last week. I hope you all are writing things down. You need to have a pen and paper, because this is going to come in handy. Number 2. Don't ignore the root cause of the breakup. Put your finger on it. Is it that you are... I hear people say, well, I wasn't happy. Hello? Wasn't happy is not definitive. You can't work out what wasn't happy is. Something made you unhappy. Well, it just wasn't working out. Miss Lady, are you mad? Sir, are you crazy? It wasn't working out cannot be defined. Say exactly what it was. See if you could find that and what that root cause is. Was it for abuse? Was the person hitting you? Were they cursing you? Were they insulting you? Is it that they were selfish, and a lot of times that you are the one carrying the weight of the relationship because you have to plan birthdays, plan anniversaries, you have to say let's do this, let's do that, and so on, and you felt that it was overwhelming? What is it? Find out what is it. Was it infidelity? The person went with somebody else, and do you have the facts that they went with somebody else, etc.? Hello? You all got me? Get the information that you need. Alright. So, if you know what caused it, then you can afford to fix it and not sweep it under the carpet. Okay? So, identify the real issues for the breakup. Is the solution. Find it. Discuss honestly and create a plan to prevent repeating the same pattern again. Okay? So sit down and communicate. Get some conflict support from somebody else, a neutral party. This is where we come in, and as a certified mediator, we can help you all solve some of those issues. Because there are some good relationships that need not break up, that are breaking up because people just don't have the skill, the wherewithal to be able to resolve the issues that they have. Okay? So that was number 2. I hope you're all writing. Or if we have some astute person online, they can actually put it inside of the chat, because sometimes we do have people doing that from time to time. Number 3, what we said last week. Stop blaming and keeping score. Because some of the things that we do that destroys the relationship is because we keep in score and we remember everything the person did wrong. They may have apologized, you may have moved past that so many years ago, but now you're vexed again. You bring the thing back up from scratch. That can't make sense. You have to be able to let go some things and know from this point that you have agreed that that is now in the past, we resolve it, we kiss and we make up and so on. Tell yourself that only transgressions that come from today onward is what we'll deal with. 10 years ago, 15 years ago, what the person did you? No. So, those past things and who hurt you, and who hurt you more, and who hurt you more often, forget about it. So, the solution is to adopt something that restores the relationship and not be punitive. Punitive means you're not punishing the person. Some people hurt the spouse who hurt them to let them see what hurt feels like. Now, you really want to restore the relationship with that kind of proposition and strategic positioning to see who could be able to hurt one another more so that we could get back together in love again? No, forget that. Right? So, use the I statement of when you're expressing yourself. Focus on moving forward and commit to forgiveness, not forgetting but letting go of revenge. You can't forget some stuff, but let go of the revenge. You can do that, because the human brain just cannot erase things just like that, especially anything that is traumatic, anything that is hurtful. But you can let go of revenge. The person was unfaithful to you, you go and find somebody else and had sex with. The person cursed you, you curse them back. Number 4, using guilt or pity or manipulation. I'll take a drink for that. So, when we try to force manipulation, because we're trying to get reconciliation through manipulation, there are some people try to give people a guilt trip for them to start telling themselves how wrong they are, and let them feel penitent enough to come back, say sorry, and come back in. So they hammer them with all the things, how wicked they are, how ungrateful they are, so that they will take a check at themselves. And they're genuinely doing so, thinking this is a good strategy to bring the person back, to let them love me again, to let them want to come back to me when I lash them over the head with all the things that they have done wrong. It doesn't work. Even if they come back, sir, even if they come back, ma'am, they're coming back involuntarily, or they're coming back with pain, or they're coming back to get you off their back. Whatever it is, a man convinced against his will is of the same opinion still. Therefore, forget about that method. It's not a workable method. It has never made somebody more enamored by somebody else. It has never brought them back greater in love. Oh, the person pointed out my fault so much. I'm so happy to have heard all the insults and all the things that they said about me. I love them so much. Never. Alright, so forget that. It don't work. Right? And don't make them feel guilty by saying that they owe you another chance. You owe me another chance, because when you was unfaithful to me, I take you back. So now that I am unfaithful for you, it's just fair that you take me back. No. It don't work so, my boy. Don't work so, man. Right? Respect your partner's autonomy. If they don't want to get back with you, left them. Don't force nobody to come back in a relationship with you. Respect their rights to make a decision to stay out. Respect the position that they take, that they want to leave you and they have somebody else that they're going to. Respect that. Forcing them to come back to you is not going to guarantee that they'll stay with you and that they'll stay with you for good. Using the children to give them the guilt trip. Nope. Don't do that. And banning the parent from seeing the child because you vexed and angry. When they realize they can't see the child, they'll want to come back to me. Nope. Okay? So one of the ways is to invite them back into a healthy relationship by who you become. Bring them into a healthy relationship. In a relationship and you are okay, you are healthy emotionally, you are healthy internally, and let them recognize that they're coming back to a calmer person, somebody who doesn't have to cuss and carry on in order to express themselves, somebody who doesn't have to hit in order to be able to make a point, somebody who is loving, kind, and assisting in your own thrust, in your own life, contributing towards your own life. That's being in a healthy relationship. And so therefore, let them see that they're coming back to stability, consistency, and a genuine relationship without coercion. Alright? Let me see what people... Let me just make a short break here just to see what's going on online. Yep, Diane Robinson, nice having you. Thank you very much. Heather Atkins, greetings everyone. Sorry for my tardiness. Heather, alright, Heather, girl. I gotta give you that one. She says she will still rock and come in. Alright, my girl. Have a seat. Okay. Alright. So you all give your feedback as we're going along. We're just giving the recap from last week because some people missed it and some people were here and they forgot all about what we spoke about. So that's why we're trying to help people now. Alright. Where are we? We're on number... What number are we on? I don't know which number we are. But we're talking about guilt and manipulation. That was number 4. Number 5. Don't neglect your personal growth, your personal attire and how you look. Some people let themselves go. Some people let themselves go during the relationship because now they have a relationship. They're in a relationship. And when they lose the relationship, they nice up themselves. No, man. That do happen. And some people, when they leave the relationship, they let themselves go. So, personal growth is a constant process that must take place. We must get better. We must get a more mature thinking. We must deal with things differently. We can't be shouting and screaming every time we vex for years without finding a way to sit down and talk and discuss and be rational, etc. We must be able to grow past that. Go past those immature ways of talking to each other and behaving with each other. And one of the things that people leave relationships for is because their spouse would not mature. Their spouse would not get beyond one stage to the next. So that immovable attitude wrecks the relationship. Now, personal growth doesn't mean that you have to go to school and university and all of that and get certificate and so on. It means therefore that you're becoming a better version of yourself. Right? The weaknesses that you had, the things that you would say without thinking twice that would hurt somebody, you are able to tell yourself words hurt, and you're not going to curse and carry on like that and insult your spouse just because you are unhappy about something. You're mature beyond that. So that personal growth must take place. And if you have left the relationship and you have left it because of those immature ways, no, not go back into the relationship, my boy, until you all work that out. What about if they're married? Same thing. Work it out while you're outside there. Work it out. And then go back in. And it does not have to take long for you to work it out. But Brother Mike, marriage, you have to be with your spouse and so on. Nothing is wrong in separation for a while. The Bible talks about that you could separate from the spouse for a while, but not for a lengthy period of time, lest you are tempted through your lack of self-control. That's in the Bible. Find it there, and that would give justification for people having to separate for a little while, not divorce. So catch yourself. And sometimes we need to do that to catch ourselves. What do you think about that? Alright? So, you were the one who made the decision to stay and give the relationship another chance. So now you should do what it takes to accept a new normal in the relationship. That's right. A new normal. That's an appropriate phrase, Heather. A new normal. Alright. Number 6. So that one we finished. Your personal growth. You become a better version of yourself. You develop emotionally, mentally, spiritually, because this is what inspires the relationship for freshness and rejuvenation. Number 6, reconnecting only physically. There are some people it's only sex. They come back have sex with men now because they think sex is the balm of Gilead. It is going to solve every problem. As long as you get sex, they will like it so much they'll take you back. Because you tell yourself, if they just give me one more chance to have sex with them, when they taste it, so they will want to get back in the relationship. And they come trying it. It's more than just physical, my boy. It's more than physical, my lady. So trying to fix things with sex, gifts, buying things and so on, but you ignore the emotional component. You ignore showing them up mentally, letting them know how much you care for them, and letting them know how much you are there to support them, and doing things that would demonstrate that you are spiritually reconnecting with them. Yeah. So sex don't solve every issue. It solves some issues, yes. I take that, but it doesn't solve all issues. So focus on rebuilding emotionally. Allow intimacy to get back there. Spend more time talking with each other. Spend more time listening, especially, more than talking. Be quick to hear, the Bible says. Slow to speak. That's why you spend more time listening. Because you'll get angry fewer times if you listen more. Because some of the times why we get angry is because we didn't listen properly. And we rush to conclusion of what the person said. So, understand each other's needs and what they fear or what they don't like, and stay away from what they don't like and give them what they love. Alright? So, once you do that, before you even get back into physical intimacy, etc., even if you're married to the person. And then finally, failing to set new boundaries. Because, there are boundaries that have to be set. So going back to the old patterns and routine that created the tension in the first place, without saying, one of the things that I did not like is that you would leave home, go to work, and you don't come home till 11 o'clock in the night. You leave home in the morning, you come back 11 o'clock in the night. Or you go out in the evening, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, I don't see you till 3 o'clock the next morning. And that annoyed you because you're going to bed every night without your husband or without your wife, whatever it is. So if you're going to now get back into the relationship, set new boundaries. Let the person commit as to what. I'm not saying that you need to give them a curfew, but let you all agree that is untenable for the person to be coming home at those sort of atrocious hours, and they're in a marital relationship. So you all agree on what is that reasonable hour to come back. Especially if you have children, you'll want to set an example as far as that is concerned. So make sure that those clear boundaries are set before you go further. Okay. Alright. Let me just see what's going on here. Okay. So that was last week. We go into this week, but before we do that, let me make my commercial break. I was telling you about some new books that came out, right, that I've written, and they are now on the market. Right, this book is called From Courtship to Marriage. No, this is the 1 year, 1 day at a time devotional. This is where you have 365 days of a devotion, Bible verses, and encouragement that you could use. You need to have it. You need to give it to a friend as a gift. You need to be able to give that to a child, your teenage son, your 10-year-old child, as a gift. It is on Amazon, it is on Kindle, and it is on paperback. You can order it or you can download it. Okay, my people, that's one of the books that I have out now, and I want to encourage you to try and go on. You can, while we're doing this here now, you know, you could go pick up your phone and go there and download it and say, listen, I got mine. Okay, I would love to know that you say that you got yours. Alright, this other book is also out. There are 6 books that I have out within recent time. 6 books. This is the one of them also. From Courtship to Marriage. This takes you through the stages that you should go through if you are courting, and some of the things to look for, the red flags to look for, and the things that you are supposed to do when you're actually in the marital relationship to make sure that it is stable, healthy, and live long. We call it the step-by-step GPS guide. Make sure you get that, my people. Alright? So that's the one of the 6 books that we have. We also have another book, Mastering Emotion, because some people do have emotional challenges. They don't know how to handle their emotion. They have trouble with it. I'm asking you to give yourself a chance to conquer and master emotion. Anytime you are ruled by your emotion, the Bible says, he that cannot rule his own spirit is like a city that is broken down without walls. That's emotions, because you can't handle your own emotions. When you get vexed, you do and say anything. Okay, so that is also on Kindle and paperback. Then you have this book, The Argument for Baptism and the One True Church. As I said, it may be a bit controversial, but it is worth reading. So buy it, read it, and call me now. Alright, both Kindle and paperback. Believing right and practicing right is important. So The Argument for Baptism and the One True Church is going to be very insightful, and it will challenge you, I assure you. And we do have how to live a balanced life, because our lives sometimes get out of whack. Some people haven't taken a vacation for a long time, working too hard. Some people have been on vacation for too long, not working at all. Some people spend more time with family, and they don't spend enough time trying to provide for the family. Some people try to provide for the family, but they don't spend time to keep the family. Live your life in balance, my people. Alright? So, I think those I think that's it. Yeah. Oh no, I did not tell you about this one. This one is 7 Keys to Unlock the Mystery of Men. This is a updated edition because this book I had out before. I've increased the content in it. So this is the updated edition, 7 Keys to Unlock the Mystery of Men. It helps women to understand men and help men to explain themselves. It has become very popular with people who have been seeking books to be able to understand men and men who are trying to find themselves. I want you to make sure that you go there, both Kindle and also we have the paperback version. Those are the books that are recently out, my people. Make sure that you show your love and contribution and support by going to Amazon. Download it on your phone, on your iPad, on your laptop, or buy yourself a paperback. And when you get it, call me now. Tell me you get your copy. Okay, so now relationship ain't easy, eh, people? So talking about this, it is non-ending. So I want to give you some more tips as to how to make sure that your relationships work. One, start small. You're already on the outside. You're already outside the relationship. Start small now. Be contented. Rebuild the relationship before you plan to deal with anything more solid. Instead of diving back into the relationship and wanting romance and all that, there's some trust issues that exist. So you can't expect to get back the lovey-dovey kind of relationship that you had. Take your time. Spend time rebuilding trust. Show the person that you are trustworthy. The thing that caused them not to trust you, deal with those things. Show them that the friendship is still there before the loveship is going to be there. Because you must build the loveship on friendship. Okay? So, just start courting. I have known people married, separate. Right? And they start going out with one another, and then when they finish, they go back home by mommy, but next one go back home by daddy. They stay separated because they start courting, they start drinking coffee together, talking about things, going movies and so on, to just get back the intimacy that was there. Nothing heavy metal. You're not going to discuss no harsh topic. You're not going back into the problems that cause you all to break up. You are really just trying to just find yourselves. The Bible says, remember your first love and do the things that you used to do, which is a good thing whenever we have fallen away from God, but we do that also when we have fallen away from each other. Alright? So, rebuild it and start with baby steps, small steps. Alright. Another way to deal with it is to communicate your intention. What is it you want? Why are you harassing me? Why you keep calling me? We break up already. What is it do you want? Communicate your intention. Be honest with the person. I'm just checking up on you. Why? Well, you know, I really recognize that I hurt you and I messed up. And I feel that I am trying to be a better person, and I want to just know that you're okay and it is in my interest. I'm not coming over for sex. I'm not trying to get anything. I just wanted to hear your voice and make sure you're okay. Just say certain things. People like to hear something like that. Some people call because they miss the person and say, I just called to find out if you send the money for the children and them. You're too ashamed to say that you miss the person. Coming up with all kind of scheme as to what happening and wouldn't come out plain. Communicate your intentions clearly. Focus on listening to what the person say as more than you're speaking. And let me tell you the wisdom in this. So some people would call and they don't know all the reasons why the person is calling. They're not into listening more. they come to conclusions as to why the person visit you or why the person call you. Just give yourself a chance to be non-judgmental in the relationship. Allow things to flow. Avoid rehashing the past. Oh heavens, you call the person answer the phone. You visit the person allowed you in. Do you really need to go back into the past? Do you really need to send the person that WhatsApp? Read it first. Ask yourself how you will feel if you get a WhatsApp like that. What you will feel if you get a call like that. Okay? So choose wisely the sort of information that you are going to give. And try to avoid the serious talks and so on. Yeah? Just communicate at an appreciable level. The other thing is to show that don't just tell. Show how you really feel. Oh, I love you so much. But they're not seeing love. I miss you so much. They're not seeing that you're missing them. They feel as though you're missing sex. What is it that you need? If you care about the person, demonstrate care. Do and say the things that show that you care. Did you find out how they're doing? Last time you heard that they had the flu, they wasn't well. Did you call to find out about that? No, you called to find out if she still vexed with you, and if all you could make up. You didn't ask how she feeling. You didn't ask how he doing. You didn't ask how he making out. Yeah. So show, demonstrate as much as possible that you love and you care. Alright, let us say keep the conversation simple. I agree with that. Simple and honest. Hey, Charmaine, this my child was dead and is now alive. You come like the prodigal son. Curtis Cox say you're on vacation. Alright. Welcome, Curtis. I missed some discussion that was going on there. The same amount of time you spend on rehearsing all the negative thoughts, why not spend that time on remembering the beautiful moments you share together? Thank you, Heather. Chef said is sending your spouse on an all expense paid guilt trip and acceptable course of action. Well, does the spouse need the break? Is it that they're so distressed that they need a break? It depends. Everybody's situation is different, and so it may be something that would demonstrate to the person that you really care after all, because you never was spending any money on them, that kind of thing. I hope you understand that. Keep the conversation simple and honest. Okay. Avoid fights, says Edwin. When I talk plain, people get vexed, and when I do, what's Charmaine saying? When I do say anything, they get vexed. When I don't say anything, they get vexed. So I don't say a word. My peace keeps me sane. Don't you die or something so. Alright, so let's go back to the list now. So he said communicate your intention, show you care. You don't need to be talking about it. Don't ask for forgiveness if you have not been demonstrating that you're sorry. Show your penitence first. Bible says bring forth fruits meet for repentance. Yeah. Be consistent about it also. Don't do it just because you want the person back. Do it because you see you need to change. Whether they come back or not, it makes you a better person. But if you're changing to get them back, once they come back, you are going to revert to the way you were. And then they will come back, but then later down you all break up again. Because they say, you see, he tell me he changed, but he ain't changed. She tell me she ain't gonna do that again, but she doing the same thing. Why? Because it was never changed. Be consistent in your change, my people. Number 4. Keep healthy expectations. What do I mean by that? Don't expect the relationship to immediately feel the same as before. You have lost it. It's like virginity. It's gone forever. You can't unvirgin somebody. Once you have breached trust, once you've broken up, it puts the relationship on a kind of tether situation, tied but not properly anchored. Alright? So chances are you're not getting back, especially if infidelity was there, you're not getting back your original at all. Forget it. Move on. Alright? So accept it that it may take time for this to heal, and be patient with each other. And as somebody said, I think it was Heather or somebody said, it's a new norm you have to look for. A new circumstance, a new situation. Alright? So keep healthy expectations. Next point. Celebrate small wins. I love this one here because here's why I'm saying this. We get so hurt by what our spouse did. We get so angry that we miss all the nice things that they're beginning to do to demonstrate that they change. We become suspicious of every move they make. And whatever it is they do, they could never make up back again. That is so dangerous. Celebrate the small win. When they have a conversation and you had a conversation and there was no argument, the person didn't try to run you down or force you into a position in the discussion and so on, be thankful and thank them for it and say, you know, I enjoyed our conversation today and I appreciated that you listened. Say it. Don't be so bitter that you cannot say it. Right? If it's a moment of laughter that you all had, you know, we have not laughed for a while like that. I really appreciated that joke. You come here, you come good, you come good. Say it. You understand? Celebrate the small wins. Every act of kindness that the person does, don't put a suspicion on it. Just accept it graciously. They bought ice cream for you. They only trying to fool me. Well, accept the ice cream and eat the thing and hush your mouth. You understand? Acknowledge the growth that keeps people moving and getting better. Right? So acknowledging that growth keeps both people encouraged. Be that. Alright? So let me give you two more and then we call it a day now. Alright. Be open to counseling. That is a nice one. Hey, did I tell about the number on top there? 868-480-0080. Yeah, that number. Aha. Even if you're not in the same island that I am, we do virtual. We do it online. So you can find yourself getting help whichever part of the world you are. And that's a WhatsApp number. You don't have to study that. You have to pay money to be able to make the call. Just get your internet, message me on WhatsApp. But be open to counseling, because with the advice of counselors, wisdom emerges. So sometimes you need a third party, and even if it is not a professional counselor, but there is a family member that you trust, a friend or a mutual friend that you have confidence in, just feel free to use that person to untangle the knots in the relationship. Somebody who's balanced. Don't take somebody who walk out of their relationship and still vex about what happened in theirs to get advice from them. Don't walk in the counsel of the ungodly nor sit in the seat of discomfort. Those people who are still hurting cannot give you proper counseling if they are still vexing over their relationship. They will advise you to do what they did. So be very careful about that. Right? And find people who have a settled relationship, or somebody who even had a bad relationship and have learned how to have a good, stable relationship. Is a good person to use, for example. Not just because somebody broke up or they had a bad rush, but they may have learned from it. That's a good person also to get advice from. Alright? It accelerates your healing process. Final one. Today we started 10 minutes early so that we will be able to get all of this in. That's why we are able to do all 14. It's the 7 that we did before and the 7 from tonight. Alright. revisit your shared vision. Revisit your shared vision. Talk about your future. What all you was planning to do, all you was planning to refurbish the house, all you was planning to build a house, all you was planning to buy a car, all you was planning to send off the children to university. Start revisiting some of those shared vision that both of you all wanted part of. Not your vision, what you wanted to achieve, of the gold chain you wanted to buy and so on. Things that both of you all share. Talk about that. Why you want this relationship to work, because you all had plans. And you all jettison those plans because of the breakup that you all have. Now we could start getting back those plans because we're talking about making back now. Those shared vision and directions and motivations would now help both parties to now settle themselves down into a progressive relationship. Let me tell you my people, that's the final. But I want to tell you, just because a relationship breakup does not mean the relationship has to break down. It can break up, but it doesn't have to break down. You can mend it back. You can get it back. Change your ways, change your attitude, change your approach. And hello, don't be so egotistical that you are not humble enough to say sorry, to go back to the person and say, I want us to be able to make back. I was wrong, and I needed to be able to come back to you. We have a good thing going, and I missed that. Be frank, vulnerable enough to say that. Alright, my people, don't forget, go to Amazon, look for my books, Michael A. T. Stewart. Most of my books carry that one, Michael A. T. Stewart. There are too many Michael Stewarts for you to go without those A and T inside of it. Alright, and make sure that you let me know whether you got any. I am Michael Stewart, and I'm telling you that God has been good to you, and He wants to be good to you again tomorrow. Give Him a chance. Alright? Catch you now. Boom!
DJ, turn that music up, yes, turn it up louder. Never make it stop, take the message to the border. This is how we do it, cause we talk the truth to power. Walking in the spirit, walking in the water.